Something is off. You've known it for a while. But every morning you style your hair the same way you always have. And it just sits there flat and defeated, making your face look heavier than it is. That's not your imagination. And it's not your hair's fault either. Thin hair styled the wrong way can silently add 6 to 8 years to how your face reads. Every single day. You just haven't been told which 4 things are doing it. In part 3, I'm covering the one step most women completely skip. And it's the exact reason your hair loses volume by noon no matter what product you use. I researched the worst style and beauty mistakes and the best fixes for women over 50, so you get real results, fast. If you haven't already, hit subscribe. I cover this every week. Step 1. The foundation mistake that flattens everything. You've probably never thought about your shampoo as the problem. Why would you? It's shampoo. You use it. You rinse it. Done. But here's what nobody tells you. The wrong shampoo is actively working against your hair before you've even touched a brush. And for thin, fine hair over 60, that one choice sets the ceiling for everything else you do that morning. If the foundation is wrong, nothing else can fix it. So what's actually happening? Moisturizing shampoos, the kind marketed as nourishing, hydrating, or repair formulas, coat each strand with heavy proteins and silicones. For thick hair, that's brilliant. For fine, thin hair, it's like draping a wet blanket over thread. The weight pulls every strand down, seals the cuticle shut, and kills any chance of natural lift at the root. You've been giving your hair a deep conditioning treatment when it needed a breath of fresh air. And this matters more than it used to. As hair thins with age, each individual strand also becomes finer in diameter. That means it carries less natural weight of its own to push back against heavy product. The shampoo that felt fine on your hair 15 years ago is now doing real damage to your volume, and you wouldn't know it just by looking at the bottle. This is the one a friend of mine tried changing on a Tuesday, and called me by Thursday to say her hair looked completely different. She hadn't changed a single other thing. The fix is direct. Swap every heavy nourishing or moisturizing shampoo out of your shower right now and replace it with a volumizing formula specifically designed for fine or thinning hair. The label will say things like weightless, volumizing, thickening, or fine hair formula. Those words aren't marketing. They're telling you the formula has been stripped of the heavy silicones and oils that collapse your strands. When you wash, focus the shampoo on your scalp only, not your lengths, not your ends, your scalp. That's where the buildup lives, and that's where lift begins. Let the foam rinse through the rest on its own as it runs down. There's something about the scalp focus that surprises almost every woman who tries it for the first time. It feels incomplete. Like you haven't cleaned your hair properly. But here's what that feeling actually means. Your scalp is finally getting the clean it needed, and your ends are finally not being stripped and then overcoated in the same wash. One maintenance note. Switch your conditioner too. Use a lightweight volumizing conditioner. Apply it only to the mid-lengths and ends, never the roots. Roots plus conditioner equals flat. Every time. Coming up in step 2. The way you're drying your hair right now is pulling volume out of it before you've even started styling. That's next, and it's faster to fix than you'd think. Step 2. How you dry your hair is killing your volume. Stop me if this sounds familiar. You step out of the shower, wrap your hair in a towel, and rub it dry. Maybe you squeeze. Maybe you scrunch. Then you flip your head over and start blow-drying roots down. That's the sequence. And that sequence is quietly dismantling any chance of volume before you've even picked up a brush. Rubbing wet fine hair with a towel roughens the cuticle and tangles the strands together. Which means by the time you start drying, your hair is already matted slightly at the roots. Matted roots dry flat. Every single time. Here's what's actually happening at a strand level. Fine hair, especially fine hair that has thinned over time, has a fragile outer cuticle layer. When that cuticle is roughed up while wet, the strands bond to each other slightly. They dry in whatever position they're in when that bonding happens. If they're flat against your scalp while you rub, they'll dry remembering that position. Gravity and friction have already decided what your finished style will look like before your blow dryer has turned on. This is the step that changes everything. Write this one down. Press. Don't rub. Take a clean microfiber towel, or even an old cotton t-shirt. Both have a much finer weave than a standard bath towel. And press your hair gently between the fabric. Then leave it. No raving. No bringing. Just absorption. Then comes the dryer. And this is where the direction matters more than the speed, the heat setting, or the attachment you use. Flip your head upside down. Every time. The moment you tip your head forward and dry from underneath, you are forcing the roots away from the scalp at a natural angle. And that angle is the foundation of volume. Hot air from beneath lifts the root. Hot air from above flattens it. You've probably been doing the latter without knowing it. Dry to about 80%. Not fully dry. That last 20% of drying is when you flip your head back up and use either a round brush or your fingers to lift sections at the root while the remaining heat sets them. That's the moment the lift locks in. Fully dried before lifting means nothing will move. 80% dried is the window. There's a reason this feels different from what you've always done. Because it is. Maintenance tip. Clean your microfiber towel weekly. Product residue transfers from hair to towel and back again. Which means a dirty towel is silently recoating your strands every time you use it. What I'm covering in step 3 is the one most women find hardest to hear. But it's the step that determines whether your volume lasts 2 hours or all day. Step 3. The product mistake nobody warns you about. There's a reason your volume disappears by noon. And it's not because your hair is too fine, too thin, or too anything. It's because of what you put on it, and more specifically, how much and in what order. Most women with thinning hair reach for more product when something isn't working. More mousse. More spray. More thickening cream layered on top of yesterday's thickening cream. The thinking makes total sense. If volume is the goal and you're not getting it, surely more product creates more volume. It does the exact opposite. Here's the truth about fine hair and product weight. Each of your individual strands is a fraction of the diameter of the strands you had 20 years ago. They are genuinely lighter, which means anything you apply to them has to be lighter too, or it will drag them down by its own weight. A mousse that felt weightless on your hair at 45 is now heavy enough to collapse the root lift you worked all morning to create. The product isn't wrong. The amount is. And for most women over 60 with fine hair, the correct amount is about 1/3 of what feels like enough. Here's something I wish someone had told me years ago. With thin fine hair, less product always wins, but the type matters just as much as the amount. What you want is a volumizing mousse the size of a large walnut. And nothing else. Not mousse and spray. Not mousse and serum. Not mousse layered under a thickening cream. One product. Applied to your roots and mid-lengths only. Yes. That simple. The second part of this step is about layering order. Because the sequence of what you apply matters almost as much as what you apply. Always mousse first on damp hair, before the dryer. Never spray first, and then mousse over it. Spray creates a surface that mousse cannot penetrate, so when you add mousse on top of spray, it just sits on the outside of your hair rather than coating the strand. The result is stiff, sticky hair with zero internal volume. Then, and only after drying is completely finished, you add a light hold finishing spray from a distance of at least 12 inches. Close-range spraying drops wet droplets onto your hair that collapse the style. Distance creates a fine mist that sets it without weighing it down. Between products, let each one dry before adding the next. Even 10 seconds. This single habit stops the products from bonding into a paste at your roots, which is almost certainly what's been happening without you realizing it. Maintenance tip. Once a week, do a clarifying wash, a single wash with a clarifying shampoo that removes product buildup from the scalp. Buildup at the scalp is the silent reason volume collapses faster as the week goes on. There's one thing about step 4 that nobody in this space talks about. And it's the reason everything else in this video either holds or falls apart. That's next. Step 4. The finishing detail that holds everything together. You've done everything right. Volumizing shampoo. Gentle towel pressing. Flip drying with root lift. Mousse the size of a walnut, applied in the right order. Your hair looks good this morning. And then by 2 in the afternoon, it's flat again. If that's happened to you, it's not the products. It's not the drying technique. It's not even your hair. It's your part placement. And it's the most overlooked detail in all of fine hair styling. Here is what's happening. Your hair follicles sit at a slight natural angle in your scalp. When you part your hair in the same place every single day, those follicles learn that angle. They start to grow in that direction. The root literally trains itself to lie flat along your parting line, which means the parting becomes a permanent flat spot that no product, no technique, and no amount of blow drying will permanently correct. This is what adds years most silently. A flat parting emphasizes the scalp showing through, and visible scalp at the crown or the sides reads, on camera and in real life, as significantly older than a full-looking root. The fix takes 5 seconds. Every single day move your part. Not dramatically. You're not going from far left to far right overnight. That looks intentional in a way that draws attention to the change rather than to your face. What you're doing is rotating your part slightly each morning. 2 centimeters left one day, 2 centimeters right the next, a soft zigzag part the day after that. Your follicles cannot train themselves to any single flat angle if you never stay in one place. For maximum lift, a slightly off-center side part gives your crown the most natural volume. The hair on the heavier side naturally folds over and creates a soft canopy of fullness. Your cheekbones red higher. Your face looks lifted. The whole silhouette changes, and none of your friends will be able to name what's different. They'll just say you look well. I watched a woman in a salon chair last week. Stunning bone structure, perfect posture, and she had been parting her hair in the same place for over 30 years. The stylist shifted it 3 centimeters and the whole room paused. She looked a decade younger in under a minute. She kept saying, "It's just the parting?" Yes, that's just the parting. Maintenance tip. Once a week, do a scalp massage for 2 to 3 minutes before your volumizing shampoo. Work your fingertips in small circular motions across your entire scalp. This increases blood flow to the follicles, loosens buildup before washing, and gradually retrains follicle direction over time. It's not glamorous, but the women who do it consistently have noticeably better lift by the 3rd week. The next mistake I'm covering is the one accessory choice that adds 10 years overnight, and most women don't even know it's connected to how their hair looks. You'll want to see that one. You just learned 4 specific, practical steps that most women spend years figuring out alone. The right shampoo foundation, the drying sequence that locks and lift, the product truth nobody tells you, and the part placement trick that holds everything together. You did all of that in one sitting. Boom! Your bone structure was always this stunning. Now your hair is finally showing it off. Tell me in the comments, which one of these 4 steps were you getting wrong without knowing it? I genuinely want to hear. Next time, we're covering the accessory mistake that silently adds 10 years. And it has nothing to do with what most women suspect. Like this video, subscribe to Timeless Wisdom Path, and I'll see you in the next one.